Howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and welcome to another episode of our StoneBlock Let's Play adventure. Once again, I'm just recording way early because Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. By the time this is out, has come out, and I want to have a lot of videos ready to go so I can just play that all the time until I'm done with it. So, again, if you've left some very helpful comments, we're going to do a viewer suggestion 2.0 in the future. So another episode all about things that y'all have recommended while, on older videos, while I've just been churning out these newer ones. Before we go any further with today's episode, though, which is going to be 100% about power, something we need more of, because we're not producing enough, and I've got a real easy and straightforward solution to the issue. I wanted to show you some things that I've changed. So in previous episodes, I've talked about getting some more metal-based chickens, and I've done so. I've got some fully maxed out steel, bronze, and copper chickens. Those are all new. I can't remember which other ones might be new. I know we had gold. I got silver now. I got energetic alloy, vibrant alloy, draconium chickens. Still not sure what you do with these, but we've got 2,656 draconium ingots now. And then this thing, which is an awakened draconium chicken, and 355 awakened draconium nuggets? What are you supposed to do with... Oh, you can turn it into a bar. There you go. Reactor stabilizer frame? Right on. Reactor stabilizer inner rotor. Ho ho ho! This sounds like some fun stuff. This is good. Draconium energy core? Yeah. Alright, well, we could make a draconium reactor core, and then a reactor stabilizer. This is all complicated. We'll get to that at some other point in the future. For right now... Oh, and also... an ori crystal. Look, the chicken popped up. I got 2 of them. I bred them. No regrets. No regrets whatsoever. I'm really into chickens. It's been a lot of fun. I talked several episodes ago about lining the entire roof with tanks full of lava, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to do that. Is it practical or useful in any way? No, but you got to admit, once that's full, it's going to look really cool. And I'm going to need just a lot more glass and obsidian. I've been working on an obsidian chicken. I've got it finished. The problem is, these are all like base level, so I'm breeding in here some higher level ones. They're all out of seeds. We'll get to that in a second, but there we go. We're getting there. Once I've got 2 10-10-10 chickens, max level chickens, I'll breed them together until I've got, I don't know, like 32 of them. It'll be great, and then we'll have just all the obsidian we could ever want. You can only stack up to 16, but I like to have 2 stacks of 16. Just so I can keep a second stack in here in case something goes horribly wrong. By the way, when you breed chickens, you end up with a lot of in-betweeners. Ones that are, like growth 9, gain 7, strength 9. They're not useless, but I just breed them together to get the best ones, which leaves me with a ton of extras. What do I do with these? What are my uses for something like this? I could cook it into a chicken. I could get a... Curse of Vanishing... I don't know, get a chicken again, chicken. I could use it for further breeding, but why would I? Most of these just seem to involve cooking them. I don't know. Do I want to cook a chicken in item form? Is it even beneficial to eat a chicken like this? Oh, by the way, I also redid the wall over here. Oh, Shrek, I should show you this too. I made an underground area where we can access now the farming machine. I had to make some more basic cables. And, of course, I should have mentioned it in the blurb on the last video at the bottom of the screen, but I did figure out that if you put a basic capacitor in there, it will be 7x7. I'm not crazy. That was an accurate fact. But, I finally got the Induction Smelter set up, too, but we don't really use it for anything. Do most of my smelting inside of these gold furnaces, which, oh, gosh, that's a big old waste of a block of coal I just... Okay, it's alright. You know what? We have an entire chicken that does nothing but pump out coal all of the time. And in fact, I've got 11,000 coal, so it's not a worry. I've got 6,000 diamonds, though. Listen, we should focus on the goal of today, which is power. We're not making enough. And the easiest thing I can do to fix that, because some folks voiced concern about me just using lava all the time. Hey, you know what? Respect. I completely understand. We're going to do something different. And what we're going to do is track down which one of these crates has our speed upgrades. We got these as part of a reward. I think it might have been... It wasn't inside of a crate for killing a monster. It was definitely one of our quest rewards. I think. And if we put those inside of the furnace generator, it will increase the speed and the amount of power being generated. However, you'll notice that it says grid is overloaded. And the reason is these things use grid power. Now, you can create machines to generate grid power, or you can get 12 water mills as part of a reward. And if we look at the recipe, you'll see that they're not too hard to... Wait, no, that's useless. If you look at the recipe, they're not too hard to build if you have to build them manually. So this thing here is redstone and an ender shard, so get yourself a glass cutter, cut up an ender pearl, get yourself a redstone resonating crystal, put some redstone torches around a oak block. Stone burnt! You're going to have to get yourself a resonator for that, and then polish stone in the resonator. And it's a bit of a process, but I've got a feeling I'm not the only one who has a bunch of these as quest rewards, so that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to need myself a bit of water. I think we'll probably put these over here in this corner where I've got this failed, quite clear glass tank that, well, I don't know. I want to get a flying ring soon, so I might need to leave that so I can get another squid, because that's sort of an important bit of a flying ring. But where are my buckets? They're right in front of me. There they are. I have this room back here where I've got a cobblestone generator and an item barrel, and I don't need this room back here with the cobblestone general and the iron barrel. I'll find another place for these things. I'm going to take them down for now, get them out of my sight. I need to set up a better lava creation system. Might do that later. For right now, what we're going to want to do is set this thing up so that water is flowing along its sides. And that sounds pretty basic, and that's because it is. So plop, and then we want water flowing on all the corners. So you can just put one on either corner. And when you look at it, it'll show it's generating 16 grid power. It does 4 grid power for every block of water making contact with one of the watermill sides. So you put one there, and it says it's generating 8. And I'm assuming that's because it's getting this one and then one of these other sides. But not... Oh, you know what? No, it is flowing water. So if you put one here, it's only going to flow across these two. Whereas if you put them in the corner, like so, the water is flowing along all 4 sides and generating 16 grid power, which is enough for what we need right now. There are more complicated ways of doing that. I set up a pretty complex one in StoneBlock, the original StoneBlock, original recipe StoneBlock. You can go back and watch that if you want, but that's a pretty simple one. That'll allow us to get at least one of these speed upgrades in there. And yeah, look at that. So if you take this out, it'll show you 3 minutes, 20 seconds. But by putting one of these in there, look at that, 1 minute, 40 seconds. So the amount of time before this is done being burnt, or the amount of time it takes to burn one of these, is substantially lower. Adding another one will, of course, cut that again. We're now down to 1 minute, 6 seconds. How many of these can we get away with? Down to 40 seconds. If you look at it, it'll show you number 4.38 over 16. So that's how much grid power it is consuming. It's consuming 4.38 grid power, and there's 16 grid power available. If we wanted to add more, we just need to add more water mills, make sure the water is flowing along the sides. One thing I've never tested to see is whether or not it counts vertical flowing water, if you know what I mean. So, for example, well, let's get that out of there. That was a complete and absolute mistake, and as far as I'm concerned, a total failure, because it also got rid of one of my buckets of water. But if I had these going up like vertically, like so, and like the water was coming down along that... Okay, well, it's not generating anything now. But what if there was one there and the water flowed past it? No, still not. Okay. I had an idea for a bit of a... I mean, I don't want to say extra, because I'm not that basic, but a bit of an extra setup that I guess is not going to work. These aren't the only speed upgrades, by the way. As you can see, they're an upgrade from this basic speed upgrade. I think these can only stack up to 8, whereas the magical ones can stack up to 16, and you can use those to create the ultimate speed upgrade, which stacks up to 64. And what else did you just say? Increases speed of operation. Well, thanks for that hot tip. They require evil-infused iron ingots and a drop of evil, so I've never looked into getting these before. It's a drop from a wither skeleton. Okay, so if we had a monster farm, that would be pretty straightforward. 10% chance, actually. That's pretty good. Evil-infused iron we can get from an evil-infused iron. I'm sorry, is this circular logic? Can you give me something a little bit more straightforward? Aha! And an enchanter. 8 iron and a nether star will give you 8 evil-infused iron ingots. Well, We'll just use the ones that we've got for right now. And dadgummit, I shift-clicked it in there. And, of course, now the game has crashed because that's a bug in the game. I've even downloaded the latest version of the game. And it's nice to see that that bug persists to this day. Can't shift-click those things in there. We've really broken it now. I'm just waiting on it to, like, hard crash back to the desktop so I can reboot it. I did fortunately just create a copy of the world, a save of the world, when I updated, because I always do that when I update a game, just in the off chance something goes horribly, horribly wrong. So if this world is corrupted, we do have a backup. However, I would rather not have to install that because the backup doesn't include all the work we just did putting those things in the ground over there. Okay, actually, we didn't do much. Am I going to have to Control-Alt-Delete this? I think that I am. Alright, this time I'm going to take those 8 out and put these 16 in by hand. And we've overloaded the system by how much? Ooh, by quite a bit. How are we doing on power, though? Let's go ahead and refine this yet again. Alright, so we're essentially just going to bury that one down there. And then create an edge over here. And, yeah, should be good to go. Just slop another one on top. This setup is a bit simpler than the one I used in StoneBlock. But it's effective, and that's what matters. So we're now generating 32 GP and consuming about 20. How are we doing here? So with 16 upgrades, we are producing quite a bit of power, and we're producing enough power to stay ahead of our current draw, which is amazing. Now, some of you may be under the impression that I'm going to use this power setup forever and ever, and let me assure you that is not the case. I did it again. It's so habitual. What's the term? Shift clicking, it comes naturally to me. I don't think about it why is this a bug? This is the worst bug. This is definitely not my long-term solution. Wait, what? Hold on. No. What just happened to all of the... What? I'm sorry? Wait, no. Now, hold on a minute, game. Wait! No, I put a stack in there! Where'd it go? You gotta be wrecking me right now. I'm having some sort of mental breakdown. I cannot believe what I'm experiencing. Yeah, again, this is not the long-term solution. This is not a forever solution. Let's remain calm. Let's not shift-click this in there. There we go. Alright, there's now a stack of coal in there. My gosh, it gets consumed quickly, 11 seconds. And it generates a lot of power, though. And as long as I don't shift-click anything in there, we should be fine for a while. As I was saying, we need to step up lava production, and we're going to take care of that today as well. We're going to supercharge our lava using a superheating element. This is something I did in StoneBlock the original, and I haven't tested it yet in StoneBlock 2, but I'm willing to bet it'll probably work, and if it doesn't, I have some backup plans. So let's get rid of the lava, because the lava had a rate of, what was it? I think it was like 3x or 4x, or heck, it might only be 2x. I can't even remember. It's so pathetic, it's not even worth me wasting brain cells remembering it. The superheating element, however, in original recipe StoneBlock, had a heating output of, I think it was 60, and it's not that difficult to build. It's redstone, it's copper, it's steel casing, which is steel, glass, and osmium. If you're not familiar with osmium, you can dig it up in the mining dimension, which is what I did. I don't have osmium chickens yet, but hey, it's on my list of things to do. I thought I had osmium. There it is. So we want osmium. We want steel. I think I have a steel chicken. Alternatively, you can use pulverized coal or coal coke with iron inside of an alloy smelter to get yourself some steel ingots. Like I say, though, don't I have a steel chicken? Yes, I do. Right there. Thank you, steel chicken. I've also got a glass chicken and a redstone chicken. And I think I might have figured out how that contraption that links all of these together works. We'll touch on that in a future episode. But I think I might have figured it out. Okay, so there's our steel casing. I forgot about the fact that we would need bronze, but guess what else I've got? Bronze, or copper? Is it copper or bronze? It looked like copper. I have a copper chicken and I've got a bronze chicken, and I'm working on 10 chickens right now. Not 10 of them, but a chicken that produces 10. T-I-N, not T-E-N. Let's see if this works. Boom! A rate of 60! So that's going to start cooking up cobblestone Or not cobblestone. Well, no, it is going to cook up cobblestone, but it's going to turn it into lava quite a bit faster. Ugh. Now, I just need to make 2 more of those. Combine them with all of these other things. And booyah, baby. We've got enough superheating elements to hopefully be well and truly underway with this little project. I could create more, though. I could create more. I could create more, and then I could just plop them over here, maybe. We could double the amount we're producing. I mean, these crucibles, it's just clay and bone meal. And, I mean, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but I've got a clay chicken, and I've got a bone meal chicken. And clay and bone meal together gives us our porcelain clay. Chickens are the best. You should all get a chicken. If you don't have one, get one today. Hey, hey. We should go ahead and upgrade this gold furnace also, because I've got a diamond chicken that, dadgummit, we don't need 7,000 diamonds lying around. We need to invest those diamonds in our future. And by our future, I of course mean diamond furnaces. We're going to make 4 diamond furnaces. Look at this thing. Look at the amount of space you got in there. We'll throw those in there. They'll need some sort of fuel. I'm hesitant to put any type of fuel in there on the off chance that, you know, something horribly wrong happens. Like, what if I try to shift-click that in there? Is it just going to explode spontaneously? But nah, it'll be fine. Okay, well, it didn't go where it's supposed to go. But oh my gosh, that is so fast. Oh, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. So we got 9 more of these, which means we'll need 9 more superheating elements. We will also need to get ourselves some more of these transfer nodes, which is going to require that we get some buckets. Probably not 9 buckets. I went overboard on the buckets. What can I say? But, yeah, let's see. 4, 8, and then I happen to have 1 left over from previously. So I think we're ready to get all this set up now. Okay, I do like how the superheating element all connects up to make one giant unit. That looks a little bit ridiculous. I dig that. So we're going to hook this up so they'll all start filling up with cobblestone. I always say feeling instead of filling. I mean, not always, but I've noticed in editing that I tend to do that a lot. And let me assure you, it's not intentional. I don't know why I say that. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on enunciating and pronunciation and all of that good stuff so I can be better at words in the future. But for right now, we can get better ways of moving lava and cobblestone around, and we should probably be using them already, but this is basic. We've covered it before, and no reason to shake things up now, at least not just yet. That's not supposed to be there. Goodness gracious, that's not supposed to happen at all. That should be good, though. That should be good. This irritates me that these two connect. I mean, it doesn't affect anything, but we're going to fix that by building ourselves a wrench from extra utilities. That's base. Very similar, though. Very similar. This one requires red dye, which I don't think we had originally, so we didn't make one, but now we've got it. So we'll get our wrench from extra utilities too, hop on over here, and just whack it with a good old left click. So that's disconnected now. Again, it never really mattered. I'm noticing that these aren't really emptying out as fast as they could, and while we could go through and put a speed upgrade inside of every transfer node, I've decided to do the thing that I said I wasn't going to do earlier and just replace them with something else. Pressurized fluid conduit will probably work just fine for this purpose. We're going to need some conduit binder and fused quartz. Fused quartz is basic. I think we've looked at that before. I'm pretty sure we just take quartz from, let's say, our quartz chicken here. Yeah, you put it inside of an alloy smelter. If you do it with glowstone, you get enlightened fused quartz, if you're into that sort of thing. So, there you go. Quartz grindstone, crusher, alloy smelter. Doesn't matter. We're getting what we want out of this. And then conduit binder. Well, that's also pretty basic. Gravel, sand, and clay. I don't have a gravel chicken. Do they make one? I'll have to shop around a bit and find out if that's a thing, because I've got a clay one and I've got a sand one, but I don't think I got gravel. Also, the clay one it's just 3 regular clay chickens. It's too slow. Gonna have to get that one up and going. You 2 clay chickens are going to make beautiful babies if I'm not already breeding clay chickens, which I might be, but it doesn't look like I am, so good. You 2, you're gonna be the start, and soon I'll have an infinite amount of clay, and then I'll take over the world. Conduit binder, though, let's make, gosh, a whole lot of it. I guess that's what we're using for transferring items now, because I've made 3.5 stacks. That's going to cook down into regular conduit binder, and once we've got 6 of that, I believe it was 6, we can bind it with the fused quartz to get 8 pressurized fluid conduits, which have they have a max extract of 100 millibuckets and a max input-output of 400. And it's a bit late when I'm recording this. I haven't mentioned that yet because I wasn't going to use that as a crux for the tone of my voice and my overall attitude concerning what's going on here. But I see now that I've really got no choice. I've got to be forward with all of you. It's like nearly 11 o'clock at night. But I've got to get these episodes out, because dadgummit, Kingdom Hearts is coming out. Priorities, baby. Priority incantatum, as Harry Potter would say. He wouldn't. Priori incantatum, that's a thing. That's when two wands share a similar core, and they make the magic together, if you know what I mean. Right, though. These are pretty basic. Pressurized fluid conduit there. Run it on down to... Oh, Shrek, what just happened? Oh, it was just a visual glitch is all. So we'll hook them all together down here, and what's important to note is that they immediately don't start working, and that's because they have to be configured. They're on input-output mode right now, which means they'll both insert and extract. I'm going to turn off extract on this one, and on all of these down here, I'm going to have them only extract. It says never active right now in redstone mode. We want them to be always active. And I'm going to make these changes to all of them, but you can see immediately it starts sucking the lava out of there and putting it up into our tank, which is good. I'm going to get that tank all filled up. And the reason I'm turning it off of insert is because I don't want it to extract lava out of one of these and then take it down and put it inside of another one. I think it's smart enough to not do that by itself, but I don't want to take the risk either. Oh, but somehow we accidentally broke the pipes that are producing that are moving the cobblestone. Well, that's quite frankly, that's okay, because we should swap those out too. Item conduits. They're a lot like fluid ones, but for items, and that's what we're going to be using now. It requires pulsating iron ingots. We've talked about these before. Get yourself either an induction smelter, ender, iron, or you could also go down the route of using an alloy smelter, ender and iron together. Or you could get a chicken that does it for you, but do I have one of those? We have an energetic alloy chicken. I don't think we have an ender chicken. We could certainly check. Is that something I'm breeding at the moment? It might be. The point is I don't have one, so I might have to cook some of this stuff up manually. Thought for sure wasn't that a thing that I was gonna... Did I make one of them or something? I don't know anymore. I thought for sure I had a chicken like that in the works. I do have an iron chicken, and I do have an ender pearl chicken. So, I'll have to get, like, maybe... Is it an ender pearl chicken and an iron chicken bred together? Possibly. You know what I could do? Is I could just open this up and go to chicken. Pulsating iron chicken. It's a combination of ender pearl and iron. I can do that. I can make that happen. In the meantime, boom, we've got 2 of those. So we'll turn that into pulsating iron, and then we should have lots more conduit binder, like a ton more. Didn't even finish cooking, we have so much of it. So now we have a ton of item conduits. We might end up using these in here in the future. For right now, though, say goodbye to this archaic means of transport, and say hello to the item conduits. Item conduits are a bit faster. I don't know if you've ever noticed when we're using the transfer pipes and the transfer nodes, but every time it transports an item, it does this long, drawn-out search sequence to find an inventory in which it can deposit it, and that does that for every transfer, and it takes a long time. You can speed it up using speed upgrades, but at this point in the game, when we have infinite iron, infinite ender pearls, you know, all of that stuff, it's silly, gosh darn it, I'm having all kinds of issues. It's silly to not utilize that and move on to this better standard. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but these can occupy the same slot as power conduit. Or, well, yes, power as well as fluid and item, which is why we might end up using these in here. We might swap out the basic universal cables, because that way we could have a single cable going up to the bottom. But we'll see. Well, not a single cable, 2 different cables, but they'll be going up into the same slot. So we've got it on extract. We want to hit redstone mode, always active, and boom, these things are now full of cobblestone. They'll start melting quickly, and the lava is transferred just immediately up to the top, where that tank is nearly full. My gosh, so excited. I might reconfigure this a little bit, though, because, to be honest, I'm not happy with the fact that I can't seal off this wall. Heck, you know what? I keep talking about things I might do in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this now, because why not? Look at this. I can just walk around and collect all that cobblestone. Ha-ha! This is that barrel that we put that upgrade in. It's got the collect pickups. That's a solid one. Doesn't work for items already in my inventory, though. But look at this. Situation solved. As for cobblestone generation, I think we're probably doing well enough with this tier 1 generator. But you know what they say. When you have an iron chicken, use it. And, you know, a diamond chicken and a blaze rod chicken, and I think there's even an emerald chicken around here. You know, when you have them, you use them. Gold too, I think. So I believe the order is iron first. Yeah, and then gold. Oh my gosh, we're doing some... No, gold is not a thing. We're getting some mad upgrades here, and we're getting some rewards for it. That's going to be fun. I guess we go from that to diamonds. Okay, and then from diamonds, I think we go to blaze rods, which is strange to me, but okay. Blaze rods, and then from there, we go to emeralds. Awesome. And then finally, we have the black hole unit, which will hold an immense amount of items, and I'm going to go ahead and make one for cobblestone, because why not? That's what this video has turned into, just a series of why not do this thing. It's going to require plastic. I'm not entirely sure how to get it. I think you get dry rubber. You get it from maybe a combine. Look, someone gave me a guide on how to do it. I think it was Germ Silver a while ago. And the entire process was strange and convoluted. It involved extracting fluids out of trunks of trees. What I'm going to recommend you do is get yourself a rubber chicken. It's a combination of a log chicken, which is the easiest one to make, wood around an egg, and an orange chicken, which is a red and a yellow chicken. So red chicken, egg, red rose, yellow chicken, egg, just dandelion. Breed them together to get an orange, breed that with a log chicken to get a rubber chicken, and breed rubber chickens with each other until you get like a top tier one, and the next thing you know, you got yourself 9,000 plastic just lying around ready to be used for a black hole unit. It also requires that you have Eyes of Ender, which require Ender Pearls, and Blaze Powder. You can go about getting that however you choose. Me personally, I'm going to be using the magic of chickens, because I've got chickens for those sorts of things, and if you don't, you really should. I think if I throw this in the sag mill, I'll get more of them. Is that how that worked? Well, this is an alloy smelter, naturally. Sag mill's up here. I reorganized things. I'm still getting used to it, but that'll give us 4 of the darn things. We really only needed 2 to get our 2 Eyes of Ender, Ender Pearl, plastic, and then finally a chest, and this, which is just iron, redstone, and planks. At least I think that's a redstone block. Might not be. Block of redstone. We're good. Machine chassis, and then, oh, right, planks. We needed those, didn't we? We'll spread those out. And black hole unit. We've completed a lot of missions today, which is good. I plan on 100%ing this. Maybe. Put that there. Put this on top, I think is how that works. And yeah, there we go. We're filling up on cobblestone. 2,147,483,647 of a single item. That is absolute insanity. That is absurd. I love it. It's set to extract, and it should fill up faster than it's taken cobblestone out because we have that top level cobblestone generator down there. But I think we're good now. I don't think that we're going to have any more trouble moving forward with getting lava. I might put a door in here so that we can get back here more easily. In fact, I might just leave that open. Maybe put like a stair here so we can walk down into this area in case we ever need an absurd amount of cobblestone. Can't see why we would, but you never know. A lot of people are going to think, well, you should have used those for these, and you're not wrong. The only thing is, I do like that it shows you what you have in here, and really, will we ever need 262,000 diamonds? Like, once that's full, is there really a reason to go beyond? Yes, I guess. Just pure insanity. That might be the reason. I think this controller links several of them together, and if we go into our guide here, We've completed all of these, so let's get our mad rewards. 3 hoppers, not bad. Whatever that is, another void ore controller miner Doom Flopper, double layer capacitors, very useful. Resonant exchanger, no idea, but I'm looking forward to finding out more. And then also today we built the black hole unit. It can hold up to a lot of things. Controller, hold 9 black hole units and access its items. Interesting. Very interesting. Ah, right. Infinite capacity. So I guess we could just upgrade all of these with infinite capacity upgrades. I mean, check, you know what? We do have this compressed nether star block. No, we're not going to use it for that. I do need to figure out, though. Nether star shards from mystical aggreditions? What does that mean? Star essence? I can grow these? See, this is why we need to get into this mod. So I never have to fight a wither or a wither equivalent that's in this pack. That's what we need to do. Until next time, folks, I think that we're finally finished. I am going to probably build, because I don't have any more zombie heads, and that's a necessity moving forward. Probably going to build a monster spawner, but a very specialized, specific monster spawner next episode. Do we need a summary of this episode? I don't feel like we do. We overhauled lava to a substantial degree using superheating elements. We made ourselves... No, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that we did. No regrets. Bye!